Hello, this is Monica Reinagel, and you're listening to the Nutrition Diva podcast. And this week, we're talking about the effect of diet and nutrition on your immune system. Do certain foods or nutrients really boost the immune system? It's a recurring theme that we see on the internet, lists of immune-boosting foods and recipes for tonics and teas and soups and other concoctions that will allegedly strengthen your resistance to disease or infection. They're always popular during cold and flu season, and right now, more than ever. It is true that various nutrients are essential to proper immune function. If you are malnourished, your ability to resist infection will almost certainly be impaired. Eating a healthy and a balanced diet will help ensure that you're getting all the protein, vitamins, and minerals that you need for your immune system and all your other biological systems to function properly. But doubling or tripling up on the recommended amounts of foods or nutrients doesn't necessarily make your immune system function more properly. In fact, overloading the body with too much vitamin A or zinc, two of the most touted immune-boosting nutrients, can actually impair your immune response. When we think of boosting our immune system, we might think of turning a knob to turn up the volume the way we would on a radio. And just like Spinal Tap looking for that extra edge, we're looking for a special immune system amplifier that gives us the option of turning up the volume to 11. But in reality, the immune system doesn't just have a single volume knob. Picture instead a sound mixing board with dozens of sliders that each modulate different aspects of the sound across lots of different channels. When you're operating a mixing board, you don't get the best sound just by moving all the sliders to maximum. Instead, you're trying to find just the right balance of all the different frequencies and channels, and that optimal balance is constantly shifting depending on what type of music you're playing, what instruments are being featured, the venue, the size of the crowd, all kinds of other variables. And so it is with the human immune system. It's not a single biological function. It's a vast array of cellular and chemical responses that take place in tissues and organs throughout the body in response to a wide array of threats. Turning up the volume on every channel at once won't make any one channel more effective. It might even diminish the effectiveness of the overall response. Inflammation, for example, is one of the body's immune responses. In the right place at the right time, inflammation is a good thing. Too much inflammation at the wrong time definitely becomes a problem. Allergies and autoimmune disorders are both examples of conditions where one channel of the immune response is turned up too high. And the solution in these cases is not to boost the immune response, it's actually to lower the volume on certain channels. So what does it really mean when someone says that a food or a nutrient has been proven to boost the immune system? It might be based on a study which found that one of the nutrients or compounds in that food activated one type of immune cell or chemical against a specific bacteria or virus in a petri dish. Will it work the same way in your body, where dozens of different nutrients are fueling dozens of different immune responses against dozens of different targets all at the same time? For that matter, how does whatever they tested in that petri dish correspond to the specific type of immune response that you are trying to boost, or the pathogen that you're most worried about right now? A nutrient that might activate a T cell's assault on a cancer cell might not do much to boost a B cell's ability to form an antibody to a virus or a vaccine. When you think about it, indiscriminate or imbalanced boosting of certain parts of the immune system could easily do more harm than good. So it's probably a pretty good thing that what we eat doesn't have as direct or dramatic effect on our immune function as we like to think. And perhaps it will also come as a bit of a relief to know that sugar does not cripple the immune system, or at least not in the way that most of us have been led to believe. I'll be back after this quick break to pull together some thoughts on what we can do to make sure our immune system is functioning at its highest level. Okay, so maybe those green smoothies and garlic juice shots aren't actually doing that much to protect you from whatever's going around. But if it's motivating you to eat your vegetables, then what's the harm? If you're eating less refined sugar in an effort to avoid suppressing your immune system, maybe some good could come of that too. Fair enough. But if it's creating a false sense of security that causes you to disregard other more effective precautions, such as proper hand washing, staying away from sick people, and so on, then your green smoothie could actually be making you a little bit less safe. Or if you're spending hundreds of dollars on immune boosting supplements, that money could potentially be put to better use. Even if we can't just turn up the volume on our immune systems by eating certain foods, a good diet can definitely help keep you healthier than a poor one. And that means lots of fruits and vegetables, adequate protein, healthy sources of fats such as fish, nuts, olives, and avocados, legumes, whole grains, and other sources of fiber to nurture your microbiome, and not too much sugar or alcohol. If you'd like a fun way to assess and track how you're doing, check out my free Nutrition GPA app. Finally, although good nutrition is important to proper immune function, there are other factors that also come into play. Chronic stress can increase the body's susceptibility to infection. And, by the way, lack of sleep is experienced by your body as stress. On the other hand, exercise, time in nature, and random acts of kindness can make you stronger, happier, healthier, and more resilient. So be sure to keep those on the menu as well. This is Monica Reinagel of the Nutrition Diva podcast. Thanks so much for listening this week. Our show is produced by Nathan Sems, edited by Karen Hertzberg, and our team at Macmillan Audio also includes Morgan Ratner, Michelle Margulis, Emily Miller, and our director, Kathy Doyle. I'll see you next week.